Hello everyone, welcome to lesson 41 of my PySimpleGUI lessons. In today's video, we're going to be creating multi-line text boxes. Multi-line text boxes are something like this, where instead of single line, there are multiple lines in this one element. We can also edit here and write things. Alright, so let's start. Import PySimpleGUI, and then let's make the layout. Inside the layout, let's write an multi-line. Multi-line can be written like this or as capital M, capital L, like this. This is another way, it's just an abbreviation. And then inside, let's make some text. And then let's define text up here. So let's use three so we can use different lines, and then we can write what we have in here. So it's yesterday is history, tomorrow is a mystery, but today is a gift. That's why we call it the present. By the way, this is from Kung Fu Panda. And then after we write the window, Python learning, the layout in it, we make the while true loop, we read the window, and then we see if the event is none. If so, we close the window. Alright, so now let's run this. It should print out this in the multi-line text box. Alright, so we can use the scrolling wheel. Yesterday is history, tomorrow is a mystery, but today is a gift. That's why we call it the present. Alright, so that is working, but let's change the size of it to make them all appear in at the same time. So we can use the size attribute. Let's change it to, let's say, 30 and 6 lines. 30 is the width, and 6 is the height. 6 lines of height. So now it would be like this. And under here, we can still edit and everything. So it's like this. And then some of the other attributes we have, such as disabled. If this is true, then we are no longer able to type things here. If this is false, then we are able to, like this, like that, we can type. Alright, after disabled, we have border width. This one changes the border width. Like if we put it as 10, then there's a 10 pixel wide border width. We can change it really big, like 100. And then we have this really thick border. Okay. After border width, we have the background color. Background color, let's say we change the background to black. And now there's a, but since the text and background are both black, we need to also change the text if we want the background to be black. So text color, let's say white, and now it's a black background and white text. By the way, the text is from this text, right? And this text is default text. That's the attribute. Since it's the first one, it's just defaulted. Alright, after the text color, we have enable events. If enable events is true, then when we run this and we want to type something under here, we can write like hi, and then the event and values are printed out here. The first 0 is the key for this, and this whole curly bracket is the values. The \n is like a new line. That's the way Python like uses that. You just need to understand it. Alright, after enable events, let's change the key. because we really shouldn't be using 0 as the key. Let's make it like ML for multiline. And then now when we write something at the bottom, it's hyphen ML hyphen. This is the key here, and that's the event because of enable events. So that's key. After key, we have write only. If write only is true, then, okay, wait, let's change the text color and background color back to none to make the showcase a little more clear. If write only is true, then at the bottom here, if we want to write something like hi, then we can still see the event is triggered, but for the values, it outputs nothing. So that's write only. It's because of that we don't see any of the values. It's just a blank curly brackets like that. Alright, if write only is false, then we are able to see the values again. Like over here, we can see the values again instead of the blank. There would be nothing, none of this would be here. Alright, after write only, we have reroute stdout. So this stands for standard output, and it's a boolean. If this is true, then it would reroute the standard output. Now you might be asking, what is the standard output? So all of the print that has something showing up in this console right here would count as an standard output. So now if we reroute the standard output, we would make all of this print show up inside this multi-line text box, because this attribute is attributed to this. So now if this is true, then every single time we write something, all of this event and values shows up. Like, oh god, even things like shift is okay. Even things like shift make it an event, so that might be too much to print every time. So if we want to make it less, we can, like, let's say delete the values in this print, and now every single time we write something, it would show up hyphen ML hyphen for the event, which is this key. So now we write hi. Every single time we write one letter, the event is printed out here. So that's the reroute standard output. Alright, that concludes lesson 41 of my PySimpleGUI course. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. And remember, crack the coding enigma with work for tuition as your sigma.